Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to the ABC Zoo. In this episode, which we are now on the letter J, I decided to make an exhibit for some jackalopes. Even though they're not technically a real animal, they're in the game, so I don't think it hurts to go ahead and use them. They were suggested by someone in the comments of the last video, so there was actually a lot of good suggestions, and I took a little while to really make a decision on what animal I was going to do, which is part of the reason why this video is actually a day late. This was supposed to come out yesterday, but it came out today, so not a huge deal, but that is part of the reason. Plus I was busy just in general yesterday, so I didn't really have the time. But yeah, so anyway, what we're actually doing in this video, it's a little bit different from something I've done before. I tried to build sort of an underground den for the jackalopes, and then have like two areas on the outside where they could come out and eat and run around and stuff. And ultimately, even though it looks nice, it kind of failed. You'll see at the end what I mean. But excuse me, it looks pretty good. I actually do like the way it looks a lot, but it just doesn't really work the way I wanted it to. So but I like it looks good, so I think at the end of the day that's probably the most important thing in my opinion, since I do generally play this game more to make things that look good rather than are functional. A lot of the exhibits I make are not the best in terms of functionality. If you want an exhibit that's just good for functionality, it's going to be very simple and very plain and boring, just because that's the way the game sort of intended the exhibits to be. So you know, you didn't have all the mods and stuff when the game was originally made, so you didn't have the same type of options. So most of the time when you use a lot of modded objects or you're placing things off the grid, it just creates problems and it makes it difficult for animals to get around. But anyone who's ever played this game with mods already knows that, so anyway, just sort of building the outdoor areas now, putting some food down, trying to get all the foliage the way I wanted to, and then I'm putting this fence on the outside again to try to create that barrier around exhibits so if you're not seeing anything beyond. A few rocks here and there to help with the natural barrier. And I think in a second I start to place some flowers and stuff, probably right after this. I don't know, first I put trees all the way around, that's right, to sort of help finish off that natural barrier. Here I put up all this tall grass to fill up this area here, which I think looks pretty cool. I did that on both sides, and I put a little bit in the exhibit itself, and then I put some wildflowers sort of sprinkled throughout the grass, which creates a really nice effect, I think. But yeah, like I said, I think the actual exhibit looks really nice once it's finished, and I think I'm going to jump into the guest mode pretty soon here so you guys can see it. But the problem is that you'll see those exits I made from the actual sort of rabbit hole out to the other parts of the exhibit. The rabbits actually can't get out of there for some reason. I guess they're just, the way they're coded, it's not big enough, there's not enough headroom for them to get out, which is kind of ridiculous because clearly they could fit. So I didn't bother changing it. So, like, if this were an actual exhibit and those were real jackalopes, even though that's sort of a ridiculous sentence right there, you know, if those were real rabbits, let's say, they would be able to get out. So at the end of the day, I'm actually okay with it. So it does look really cool from the inside. You'll see here when we go and actually look inside the rabbit hole, it does look really cool in there. So yeah, I think that looks really nice, and it almost does look like it's something that they naturally dug out. So I would like to do something like this again, maybe try to make it more functional for like actual rabbits, or I also was planning on doing a badger exhibit pretty soon, a European badger. So I think this sort of style would work really well for a badger exhibit as well, who also, at least the European badgers, live in big underground like burrows with several others. So I think that would be a cool idea. I might have to do that. But anyway, we're getting close to the end of the episode here, guys. So make sure you guys leave your suggestions for what you want me to do next. See, I just did J, so HIJKL is what I have next. And then you go over to AnimalGenius channel and check out his episodes. He'll be doing K. So cool. So give me some suggestions for L. I'm sure there's a lot of people saying, or be saying like lion and leopard, and I don't mind doing those, but I might want to try and do some a little bit more out of the box potentially. Maybe a Liopleurodon or something. I don't know. Okay, just any ideas you have for L, go ahead and throw in suggestions or throw them in the description, and we'll go from there. So I'm gonna say thanks for watching, everyone, and I will see you all in the next one.